Longines travels back in time, in spirit at least, with the new and rather good Spirit Zulu Time 1925. Few brands can look back on history in aviation timekeeping as Longines can. And the brand's archive is as broad as it is deep, with names like Weems, Lindbergh and Majetek being just the tip of the iceberg. Today Longines looks back in time yet again to celebrate a century of the Zulu Time, a name linked to pilots' watches for very obvious reasons. Called the Spirit Zulu Time 1925, it gives us all we know and love from the existing collection, with a proverbial cherry on top. When it comes to watchmaking for the skies, Longines is a true pioneer in the field. And back in 1908, the company created a pocket watch with 2 time zones on a single dial. It had dual hour and minute hands to easily convert Turkish time to Western European time. And this type of display with split time on a single dial can also be found in the Weems watch from the 1930s. A legendary piece in Longines' archive, the hands could be set independently to yet again indicate the time in 2 different places on Earth. A year later, Longines created special cockpit clocks with the help of aviators Clyde Pangborn and Hugh Herndon. A large pusher on the rim of the clock stopped the movement and synchronized it with a radio time signal. Other standout watches or clocks include a 1935 pilot's watch with inner rotating bezel, a first on such a watch, and a 1937 cockpit clock with a rotating external bezel and triangular pointer. And such a pointer could also be found on the watches supplied to the Czechoslovakian Air Force in the 1930s, which is the inspiration behind today's Pilot Majetek collection. One watch, however, means more to the present-day Spirit Zulu collection than all of these, and that is the 1925 Zulu Time. This was the first wristwatch to display both local time and the second time zone on one dial. Named after the time format as used in military aviation, the Zulu Time had a square case, a double-scale dial and a 4th central hand for the second time zone. The little flag you can see below the Longines name refers to Zulu Time, which is the time at the prime meridian, otherwise known as Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, or Universal Time Coordinated, UTC. That very watch also served as the inspiration for the current Spirit Zulu Time collection, at least by name. Now in 2025 we're coming full circle as the new Longines Spirit Zulu Time 1925 celebrates that milestone watch from a century ago. And now, 100 years later, the use for a GMT watch is still very much alive, as it's perfect for frequent travelers crossing multiple time zones in their adventures. The Longines Spirit Zulu Time collection was introduced in 2022 and has since become a very popular choice for enthusiasts and collectors. The solidly built watches come in multiple sizes, materials and color combinations, and the collection now expands once more with the Spirit Zulu Time 1925. It uses the more compact 39mm stainless steel case we're already familiar with from previous editions, and it's fitted with a bidirectional rotating bezel and topping out at 13.25mm in height. The bezel itself has an 18K rose gold capped insert with a 24-hour scale engraved onto it. The bezel's edge has a finely knurled profile for a bit of extra grip, and setting it is easily done in both directions with a firm sense of feedback and resistance. You won't easily make a mistake or have it manipulated on the fly by accident. The case is primarily brushed with polished bezels providing a touch of elegance and contrast, and there's a sapphire crystal on both sides. The screw-down crown ensures its water resistance to 100 meters, more than enough to take it for a dip in the ocean or a pool, or to survive an unexpected shower of rain. A watch that is designed with a purpose needs a dial to meet that purpose as well, and the Spirit Zulu Time 1925 certainly hits the mark. The matte black dial has applied hour markers with a gold minute track on the outer edge. Recessed diamond-shaped markers visually connect the 2 elements, and the 6 o'clock markers make way for the date indication. The central sword-shaped hour and minute hands are accompanied by an arrow-tipped seconds hand. The GMT hand stands out thanks to a large triangular tip and a black stem. Like the other hands and markers, this also has a luminescent insert, and telling time at night is a breeze thanks to the strong glow of the Superluminova. One thing that could have made everything even better would be a different color of Superluminova on the GMT hand instead of having it all in one tone. But to be honest, that's a bit nitpicking as the hand clearly stands out against the dial. The finishing touches include the brand's name, the famous winged hourglass logo and printed Zulu Time and chronometer script in the bottom, as well as the 5 applied stars. I know that some people would love to see such a dial without the stars, but they do connect the watch to pilot's watches from Longines past. Technically speaking, nothing has changed under the hood of the Spirit Zulu Time 1925. It still relies on the brand's caliber L844.4, which is exclusively produced by ETA for Longines, both part of the Swatch Group of course. The movement itself runs at a frequency of 25,200 VPH and has a very comfortable power reserve of 72 hours. And one thing to note is that the Spirit Zulu Time 1925 is a so-called flyer's GMT, as the movement allows you to adjust the local hour hand in 1 hour increments through the crown, while the GMT hand indicates the time back at home. And also important is that if you move back in time, the date jumps back accordingly. This makes it not only easy to set as you touch down at your destination, but also easy to tell time where you are and back home. To mark the occasion of 100 years of the Zulu Time name, the rotor is coated in gold PVD, matching it with the bezel up front. It's also engraved with a partial map of the world and a prime meridian running from north to south and over Greenwich in the UK. The caseback itself, fixed in place with 6 screws, is also engraved with 1925-2025 to mark the occasion. The Longines Spirit Zulu Time 1925 is supplied with both a black NATO-style strap with a pin buckle and a stainless steel bracelet with a folding clasp. The bracelet has polished edges where the inner and outer links meet and a built-in quick release system. And while the folding clasp has several positions to adjust the length of the bracelet, there's sadly no micro adjustability system here. All in all, it's a very welcome expansion of the Spirit Zulu Time collection by Longines. It really looks very good, especially considering the more compact case diameter, and it feels rock solid on the wrist. The fit and finish is excellent, and it has some interesting details to celebrate a century of Zulu Time watchmaking by Longines without going overboard. The watch retails for 4,500 euros, which means it's about 1,000 euros more than the regular models. But, and I do feel this is important to mention, this one comes with an open caseback as opposed to a closed one, plus you get a few extra details as well, including a complimentary strap. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. That's all for this one, and I'll see you again very soon.